Hello and welcome back to your daily Barça News Digest. Let us begin with an exclusive news from Sport, which discloses that a meeting was held this Wednesday night in Ibiza between Barça number one target and FC Barcelona's director Javier Bordas. During this meeting, Verratti has confirmed plainly his desire to move to Barcelona and pledged to do the utmost to convince PSG to open negotiations. Hopefully that will be enough to sway PSG's president to force him to face the reality that he cannot hold on to Verratti any longer. Always according to Sport, Barça has its eyes on one of the best rising Italian talents in recent years, which is Fiorentina's winger Federico Bernardeschi, whose contract expires in 2019, and his club appears to be having a hard time convincing him to renew it. Bayern Munich and Juventus are said to be following him, but it seems like Juventus has given up negotiations to focus on Douglas Costa. His transfer fee is estimated at 40 million, which is a good price for the talented 23 years old who can play as a winger, a striker, or even as a playmaker. His forte are dribbling, acceleration, in addition to a good first touch. He is the sort of player that can create goal opportunities from nothing. Note that Fiorentina didn't want to spend 9 million euros for Christian Theo, which means that he is going to come back to Barça. If we are really interested in Bernardeschi, it might be a good idea to throw in Theo's card. In another article by Sport, we learned that the ex-Real Madrid player Pedran Mijatovic is working with Ousmane Dembele's agent to facilitate his transfer to Barcelona. The article explains that Barça was very close to sign Dembele last year for less than 10 million. However, due to a change of agent, he ended up going to Dortmund. Now Barça is relying on Mijatovic, who has a good relationship with Robert Fernandez, to convince Dortmund to lower their demands. Hopefully we can get him for less than 50 million. Moving on to Mundo Deportivo, which questions the future of Eric Garcia, one of the most promising defenders in Barcelona youth system, whose contract is running out in 2 weeks and who just turned 16 and is now able to freely negotiate with any club. Mundo Deportivo has confirmed that Manchester City is on the verge of signing him. If he leaves, it will be a huge blow to us. This situation confirms that Barça has really strayed from the path that made it what it is today, which is relying on, for the most part, on La Masia to feed the first team, rather than spending hundreds of millions to sign big names across the world. La Masia was always the beating heart of Barça. It introduced us to the likes of Guardiola, Puyol, Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets and Messi, and to this day is still producing great talents. However, most of those failing to get a chance in the first team are forced to leave only to see us knocking on their door when they prove their worth elsewhere, and we end up spending the highest price to get them back. Perhaps the clearest example of this are Cesc Fabregas and now Hector Bellerin. That concludes today's video. Thank you so much for watching. As always, leave a like and don't forget to subscribe. And Visca el Barça!